2.5 feet. That's the length of one step. The average person takes 4,000 or 5,000 steps every day. The only problem is, it's the same steps. Yesterday as it was the day before that. Well, what happens when we take one step beyond?
I'm David Snow, and I help your leaders and your managers get to the top. So I'm one of those few individuals who has led teams to the highest point on every continent. There are changing dynamics and changing situations in every one of those experiences that are highly applicable to the conference room, to your team. The old boxing adage is, everyone has a plan until they get hit. We plan beyond that.
I was in my cubicle doing my work. He comes in, he shoves me out of the way, takes over my computer, pulls up a picture of Mount Rainier, and he says, "We're gonna climb this." And it's this daunting 14,000 foot ice peak in Washington. I said, "What in the world are you talking about?" "It's fine. I'll take care of the training, the logistics, everything. Only 1 or 2 people a year die." He continues to badger me, and eventually I agree. We go, we make our summit attempt, and we're climbing up this mountain in horrendous conditions. Wind picking up ice, blasting us in our face, and we finally reach the summit. We're sitting on the crater rim, and my friend is saying, "I am so sorry, this is miserable, this is torture, I am freezing." And in that moment, I'm thinking, this is actually pretty awesome. And that was the moment I realized that a fulfilled life is as simple as one step.
I'm a rare combination of an individual who has experience in adventure travel, but also in the corporate world. I'm an employee and an employer. I'm an entrepreneur, or what I like to call an adventurepreneur. And so there's a lot of people who have academic experience. I have my graduate degrees like many others, but I also have applicable knowledge, what it takes to get to the top. Not just academic, not just adventure travel, not just climbing mountains, but what does that mean to someone who understands what it's like to be a father, to be a husband, to know what it takes to take it to the next level in terms of strategy, not just what's in the boardroom or the classroom, but apply it.
These guys blamed their equipment, they blamed their fatigue, they blamed this 40-foot rock formation that stood in between them and the summit. The funny thing is about excuses is they're 100% true, but they're also 100% irrelevant. And they're keeping us from climbing over this 40-foot rock wall that we have between us and our summits. You have to take absolute accountability because you get what you demand, not what you expect.
So I work with clients that are looking to improve their sales teams, to take their managers to the next level, to push through excuses, to understand failure as a component in every sales channel, every cycle, and to get their teams to the top.
Every high altitude mountain has extreme glaciers that you have to climb up with huge open cracks called crevasses. And you need to be a part of a rope team if you're gonna safely navigate these huge obstacles between you and the summit. The leader of the rope team is always the strongest, with the weakest climber right behind him. On the descent, the strongest climber is in the back with the weakest climber in front of him, so he can assess the situation from every angle. Sometimes you're the lead, sometimes you're leading from behind, but every time you succeed or you fail together.
So my clients experience the outcomes of increased productivity, of pushing beyond what they're comfortable with, taking that step, looking outside themselves, providing concrete strategies that really get them to the top.
Oh, I love David's stories. He was just so inspiring, and you could take these amazing adventures that he had that I'll never have, but I could take away points from that to use in how I lead people or how I make decisions in my own life.
The old cliche, climbing is 90% mental and 10% physical. Well, it's sometimes 100% mental. And the mentality that it takes to reach your literal or your figurative summits are virtually identical.
We're climbing higher and higher into the death zone. Memory of this frozen climber is still replaying in my mind. And as we're trying to push further and further up the mountain, the wind is beating us back, and back. It's getting so strong that about 60-mile-an-hour winds will start to blow someone my size over. And this is starting to happen when a huge unexpected gust nails me and would have knocked me off my feet down the mountain had I not been connected to this rope. In your life, you will have unexpected gusts that come, that knock you off your feet. But if we can understand that these gusts will come, we can better prepare ourselves to kick in, to lean in, and to keep climbing.
Top of the world, Mount Everest.
One to the left, one to the right.
We made it. May 18th. It's a beautiful place to be.